begins now. The Dean Trailways fifth quarter.
Nearly 3 months later, and we have made it to the final night of the high school boys basketball regular season. Thanks as always for tuning in to the Dean Trailways fifth quarter. I'm Ian Kress.
And I'm Haley Shungart. With the postseason beginning on Monday for the boys, our big game tonight featured a playoff-like atmosphere as Okemos traveled to rival East Lansing.
Oh yeah, it was standing room only at East Lansing as this was the place to be. The Trojans won the CAAC Blue title outright on Tuesday and were looking to finish a perfect 12-0 in conference play. Picking things up in the second half, KJ Torbert was on a mission against his former team. The sophomore takes it through the teeth of the Okemos defense for 2 of his 18 points. So with EL up 6, how would the Wolves respond? Brennan Walton, of course, he gets the hook shot to drop for 2 of his 18 points. Then it's Colin Alexander taking it to the hoop as Okemos would make this a 1-point game in the fourth quarter, but East Lansing would pull away from there. Cameron Essel rattles home the triple. And for the cherry on top, how about BJ Wyndham lobbing the ball up in the air, and here comes Cameron Hudson to throw it down with authority. Hudson finished with a game-high 27 points as East Lansing takes down Okemos 68-55, marking the first time since 2017 the Trojans have gone undefeated in the CAAC Blue.
Man, we have one of the toughest leagues in the state. I'm proud of these guys. I told them, man, but now the real season starts. You know, that was our goal. That's always our first goal, to win the league and to do it undefeated. It's a great feeling.
This was one of our main goals at the start of the season, and we've just been working the whole season to get there. And obviously, like doing it undefeated as well just makes it like a whole lot bigger.
While the DeWitt Panthers came into Waverly's home court ready to battle to the end. Off of a turnover, Keenan Harris gets the breakaway pass, lays it up, no good, but that's what friends are for. Deontay Pfeiffer helps extend Wavo's lead. The Panthers would rally back. Adam Flannery drives up the court. He gets the layup to fall, plus the whistle. On the other end, though, Trey Miller snags the rebound and puts it back up for the deuce. The Panthers were doing everything they could to stay in this game. Zach Nevison hits the 3, but gets too excited and gets called for a taunting foul, giving 2 shots to Waverly, and Pfeiffer was all smiles as he made both. Waverly hangs on to win things 62-58 the final.
Well, for over 2 months now, it has been nothing but good vibes for CAAC champion Lansing Sexton.
That's right. Sexton's last loss came before Christmas. For its regular season finale against Portland, we bring in the third member of our team, Tyler Driesinga. Hey, Tyler.
Hey guys, a win tonight and Sexton would finish the year undefeated in conference play. The last time the J-Dubs did that was the 2011-2012 season. Here they went on to win the state title. They were on the road to face Portland tonight. The Raiders came into play having won 4 of their last 5 early on. Sexton's Keyshawn Somerville with a smooth no-look pass inside to Joseph Pizzo for 2. Later, it's the J-Dubs big man, Dequarius Jones, showing off the handles with the spin move and knocking through the mid-range jumper. Then Portland's Dom Navarro fires a pass inside to Carter White for the tough finish inside here. And then finally, Portland's Evan Gross is going to dribble to the wing, and he'll hit White on a backdoor cut for another lay-in. But Sexton hangs on to win it 53-45. They finish unbeaten in league play.
Sexton is certainly on a roll. Well, staying in the white, it was senior night at Lansing Catholic as both the boys and girls were honored. We'll get to the girls game in just a bit. Starting with the boys, they got off to a fast start against Olivet. Drew Tolfree finds freshman Seth Hannenberg down low for the bucket, and Tolfree turns defense into offense for an easy 2. How about Brock Bigger now? Feeling bigger. This 3 capped off a 10-0 run for Lansing Catholic. Bo Lincoln, though, would settle things down for Olivet with this step-back triple, but Tolfree had it working tonight. He's going to get the crowd going on this 3. He had 20 points tonight. And then how about one more from the freshman, Hannenberg? He's going to get the bucket and the foul. Hannenberg finished with 14 points as Lansing Catholic goes on to win 50-47. And with that, the boys basketball regular season has come to a close.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. A week from now, we will be crowning district champs. But there's still another week left in the girls basketball regular season. For some of our area teams, they had opportunities to clinch shares of league titles tonight.
Yeah, and that group included Portland St. Patrick in the CMAC and Lansing Catholic in the CAAC White. Those highlights and much more when the Dean Trailways fifth quarter returns.
Welcome back. The Portland St. Patrick girls basketball team has been on some kind of tear lately. They've won 15 games in a row, and they've won 7 straight by double digits. They could clinch a share of the CMAC title with a win tonight, but it wouldn't be easy. The Shamrocks were on the road to face Bath. In the first meeting, the Fighting Bees took the Shamrocks to overtime before St. Pat's eventually won 51-48. Tonight, St. Pat's had a big lead at the half, early third quarter. Elena Meredith knocks in a 3 to push the Shamrock lead to 17. Later in the quarter, quick passing and they get it inside to Graceland Rocky. She gets a tough shot to fall plus the foul. Then it's Meredith again, pouring in another 3 from the wing this time. She led the way with 14 points. But Bath calls themselves the Fighting Bees for a reason. They fight their way back into it as Aubrey Shively drives the lane, lays it in to cut the deficit down to single digits. But the Shamrocks were patient on offense, kept them at an arm's length down the stretch. Riley Shire puts it up and in here. St. Patrick wins 54-46 to earn a share of the conference title. And Al Schraubin and the youngest Shamrock, his grandson Brooks, love how this team has found its stride.
Very pleased. They've worked hard, and we lost a game early and have come back really well from that. And I just like the confidence they're playing with right now.
Our conference is really competitive, so it feels really good to get that win tonight. And we worked really hard for it all season, and so this feels really good.
Well, right behind the Shamrocks in the CMAC standings is Nate George and Fowler, who were on the road taking on Dansville tonight. In the first half, Brooke Weber is going to drop a dime to Paige Thalen, and the Eagles were rolling right from the jump. Then just before the first quarter buzzer, Callie Thalen lets it fly from downtown and gives Fowler a 17-point lead after the first 8 minutes. So how would Dansville respond? With freshman Riker Graff hitting the mid-range shot. However, Fowler has its own freshman, Isabella Hoffman, and she can shoot as well. This is good from behind the arc. Fowler goes on to win 61-39 and remains a game back of Portland St. Patrick in the conference standings.
Elsewhere in the CMAC, Langsburg hosting Pewamo Westphalia. The Pirates came in winners of 6 of their last 7. First quarter, Emery Smith knows it's late on a Friday night, but she's got to make a run to the bank. Good news, it's open. Pirates up 1. On the other end, Mallory Woodbury's first shot is off, but she's there to clean up her own mess. Wolfpack take the lead 11-10. Then in the second quarter, the Pirate defense causes all sorts of trouble for the Wolfpack. Bryn Bauer swipes away the pass. She takes it down court, gets to the rim and puts it up and in. Pewamo Westphalia picks up a nice road win in a defensive battle, 32-24 the final.
Well, in the CAAC White, Portland has already locked up a share of the league title and was all done with conference play.
That's right. The Raiders and Lansing Catholic both have just one league loss. The Cougars played their last conference game tonight against Olivet, and they needed a win in order to share the league title with Portland. Otherwise, it would belong to the Raiders outright.
Yes, and Catholic does not want that. Just like the boys earlier, the Lansing Catholic girls were celebrating their senior class, which has won a number of titles over the years, including the Division II state championship last season. Second half, Anna Richards finds twin sister Leah, who kicks it right back to Anna for 3. Olivet would try putting together a comeback as Emily Letts comes up with the bucket, but the Cougars wasted no time answering back as Anna Richards brings the ball right back up the court, does a little stop and pop from behind the arc. And the great passing was on display tonight for Lansing Catholic. The ball is going to make its way to Faith Jungworth for the layup. Then Anna is going to find an open Morgan Wilcox down low. It was all Lansing Catholic in this one, winning 62-17 as the Cougars clinch their 3rd straight CAAC White title.
Over at Portland, it was senior night for the Raiders. And check out this cool tradition the parents have. They got to do the starting lineups with their kids. They welcomed in Flint Carmen Ainsworth tonight and wasted no time getting to their usual tricks. Don't leave Malia Thalen open at the top of the key because it is nothing but net just about every time. And how about a little defense into offense? Kayla Weber comes up with the INT, and Lily Thalen not only gets the easy 2, but she gets the whistle as well. Portland was just firing on all cylinders today. Bella Spitzley gets left alone on an island, and we all know what happens next. Portland protects home court by the score of 63-43, the final.
There are 2 other high school teams we want to shout out. Mason and Lakewood Wrestling both competed in the quarterfinals at Team States in Kalamazoo. Division II, Mason beat Monroe Jefferson 38-34. They'll wrestle 10-time defending state champion Lowell in the semis tomorrow. And in D3, Lakewood had a tough draw against a Dundee program that's won 6 consecutive state titles. Dundee beat Lakewood 58-18. Vikings end a memorable season with their first trip to states since 2017. Michigan State's gymnastics team captured its 2nd straight Big Ten title tonight in Happy Valley. We'll show you how it went down when the Dayton Trailways 5th quarter return.
Welcome back. Some history was on the line at Munn Ice Arena this weekend as Michigan State's hockey team had an opportunity to capture its first Big Ten title in program history.
Yeah, the Spartans needed to sweep Ohio State for that to happen, along with a Wisconsin loss. The Badgers won 6-0 tonight, so the Spartans really needed 3 points to keep some separation. There was a special birthday boy in the house at Munn Ice Arena as freshman netminder Trey Augustine was turning 19 today and decided to celebrate with 7,000 of his friends while hosting Ohio State. The Spartans get on the power play less than 2 minutes in. Gavin O'Connell chips it over the keeper's shoulder to get on the board first, but then Ohio State would find its groove. Some silky mitt work sets Cam Thiesing up to snipe things home and make it 4 unanswered Buckeye goals to put them up 4-2 at the end of the second. And the third period was a lot of the same. The wraparound attempt is no good, but Davis Burnside is there to bury the rebound. This was just not the Spartans' night tonight at all. They fall 6-2 the final.
Well, the MSU gymnastics team had its eyes on a Big Ten title tonight as they competed in the Big 5 gymnastics meet in Happy Valley. A win tonight and they would end the season as undefeated regular season Big Ten champs. Talk about a hot start. Courtesy of standout Nikki Smith on vault. She sticks the landing and would claim a 9.975. Then over on bars, the anchor, Delaney Harkness, does what she does best. She's going to put together a stunning routine and sticks the dismount to collect a 9.9, which helped MSU take the lead, and the Spartans would never look back. Final rotation, it just comes natural to Skyla Schulte. She brings this together for a 9.925 and another phenomenal floor exercise for the Spartans. Michigan State wins by the score of 197.275 to end the regular season undefeated in the Big Ten and claim back-to-back regular season conference titles.
The hockey team isn't the only Spartan team hosting Ohio State this weekend. Men's basketball plays the Buckeyes at the Breslin on Sunday. You can catch the game on WLNS at 4 o'clock. As the Spartans look to regroup from Tuesday's loss to Iowa. All season, Spartan fans on social media have clamored to see more of freshman Xavier Booker. And even though Tom Izzo isn't on social media, he's aware of what's being said. He also believes the freshman hasn't been ready for extended minutes just yet. Booker hasn't played more than 7 minutes in MSU's last 9 games. But Izzo said today Booker has made great strides in recent weeks and is really starting to find the physicality it takes to succeed inside at this level. So perhaps we'll see a little bit more of him down the stretch.
Yeah. So on top of hockey tomorrow, dropping the puck at 6. The MSU women's basketball team plays at home at 2. But for now, thanks for